And welcome back to the Power Accountability League. I'm your pal, Dan L. This is my channel. The only one who knows if I am from Krypton or not is Cal L. Today's video is entitled, I'd rather have questions I can't answer than answers I can't question. That was said by a physicist. I think it was season one, episode, no, I'm sorry, season six, episode one of How the Universe Works. There was a physicist. Now, I don't know if that physicist believes in catastrophic anthropogenic global warming, because it's settled science. You can't question settled science. You can question. Yes, you can. You can question anything. There's nothing. You might be wrong if someone says I'm going to question whether the Earth is round. You can do that. You'll If you say it's flat, you'll be wrong, but you still can question it. There's nothing you can't. This channel believes you can question everything. Now, that doesn't mean you'll always be right. It just means there's nothing you can't question. And that's why that little quote from that physicist is a great quote. Now, I don't know if that physicist has the courage to question catastrophic anthropogenic global warming. If he doesn't, then it's kind of ironic that he would have such a wise thing to say. And I'm going to repeat it one more time. I'd rather have questions I can't answer than answers I can't question. And by the way, this is the problem that plagues the human race. But before we go any further, look at this hat. I look like Exeter from This Island Earth. Like I've got a forehead that goes this high. If you haven't, okay, it's a 1955 science fiction movie called This Island Earth, and Exeter is an alien, and his forehead goes up to here. So I kind of look like one of those. This hat makes me look like one of the. Anyway, sorry, got off topic. I just was looking at myself, and I'm like, man, this hat is messed up. I'm gonna, like Jen Psaki, I'm gonna circle back around to the topic, which is not being able to question stuff. I've told you on this channel, my goal is you prove me wrong about every single thing I've ever said or thought. Because if you can prove me wrong in everything I've ever said, every thought I've ever had, that means you did your homework, that means you worked on your own critical thinking skills, and that means you think for yourself. Did your homework, you think for yourself, and you developed your critical thinking skills. Three things. There we go, three. And that's three pretty cool things to do. Doing your own homework, and thinking for yourself. And of course, in the process, you work on your mind, you work on your brain, you exercise the muscle that is the gray matter in your cranium. You exercise your brain. You have a stronger, brighter, more energetic, more capable brain. Now, let me give you examples of what to look at, what to avoid. Walter, I guess it's Walter. For some reason, I want to put an R after W. It's Walter Cronkite. He used to end his broadcast with, and that's the way it is, which implies that you can't question Cronkite. Yes, you can. You can question Walter, Uncle, whatever, Uncle Walter, whoever he is, but you can question Walter Cronkite. That's the way it is. No, no. A lot of the times when Walter did his news program, that wasn't the way it was. Walter was pushing propaganda sometimes, not all the time, but more often than he should have been. And what about the New York Times says on the masthead, I don't know if it still says this, all the news that's fit to print? Nope. Nope. That's Cronkite and the New York Times have nothing but hubris, filled with hubris. All the news, that means you can't question the New York Times. All the news that's fit to print? No, I'm pretty sure there's lots of news the New York Times doesn't cover, and lots of fake news. There's lots of lies printed in the New York Times. They just conjure stuff out of thin air. The New York Times is a propaganda machine most of the time. Walter Cronkite was a propaganda machine some of the time. But yet people filled with hubris who want to exercise a ridiculous amount of control over their audience, they say things like, and that's the way it is. Rush Limbaugh, who I do have fond feelings for, and I miss him, Rush Limbaugh used to say, hold on, I got something stuck in my throat. Give me a second here. Got to have some water. You know how delicate my throat is. Anyway, Rush Limbaugh used to say, "Don't doubt me." No, that's hubristic. Don't say. Now it's too late. Now I can't educate Rush now. He's 6 feet under. But so Rush Limbaugh was wrong, and the New York Times were wrong, and Walter Cronkite was wrong. All these people say You basically can't question me. Yes, you can. You can question. Well, well, Danielle, do you want me to question? Yes. Like I said, I told you at the outset of this video, I want you to question every single thing that I say. Every single idea I have, I want you to question them. Because you might be able to prove me wrong. And if you can prove me wrong, it's because you had to do the heavy lifting yourself. Well, here's how you cannot. Here's the way to not prove people. I'm saying, well, I'm a Christian and I believe what other Christians believe. Don't do that. I'm a Republican. Now, Republicans have a terrible problem. Republicans don't. No two Republicans agree with each other on pretty much anything. Republicans just they are a circular firing squad. Democrats aren't like that. A Democrat says, I'm a Democrat and I'm going to let Obama do my thinking for me. I'm a Democrat. I'm going to let Joe Biden, that senile, skeleton, I'm going to let that person that creature do my thinking for me. No, I'm not going to let Reagan do my thinking for me. I'm not going to let the Bush family, Clinton, Obama, I'm not going to let Trump do my thinking. I'm not going to let no one gets to do their thinking for me. Now, I can agree with, I'm a fan of Trump because I agree with the general flavor of of his of his personality. The general flavor is he's a patriot. He believes America is a nation worth preserving and strengthening. He believes America has gotten better over the last 240 years and needs to continue to get better and stronger, and it needs to be an example, a shining city on a hill. Now he also doesn't believe America needs to regulate the other almost 200 countries on planet Earth. And I agree with that also. It's not the job of the USA to save everyone else. It's the job of the USA to be a positive example for the rest of the human race. And of course, right now, we are the worst example. Just nothing but stupid cowards. Self-destructive, suicidal, death cult, stupid cowards. That's what America's become. Um, so today's video is pretty straightforward. You are, I hope you understand, part of the journey into adulthood is that you question everyone and everything. Doesn't mean you fight everyone, doesn't mean you disobey everyone. It doesn't mean you refuse to listen to. In fact, that's part of the solution, isn't it? You have to listen to everyone and then you have to go off into your little corner, go off to some place where you can be alone and think about it and analyze it. Maybe you go do some search. You do some. Hopefully, you're going to do some. Go to a search engine on the internet, or maybe you've got a bunch of Encyclopedia Britannicas or whatever. But the point is, take take a look at, listen to the universe. Take a look at the universe. Absorb everything that's being said to you and everything that you're witnessing, and then analyze it and try and understand it and then try and make sense of it. And the whole time you're doing this, use your critical thinking skills, your rationality skills, your logic skills. In the end, wisdom and logic are closely related. They're not perfect synonyms, but wisdom and logic have so much in common. And the more logical you become, the more you'll be infused with wisdom. So that was today's episode. Whenever someone tells you that's the way it is. No, that's whenever. Remember, when Walter Cronkite says that's the way it is, well, that's the way it is for Cronkite. Whatever he just spent 30 minutes in his news broadcast, whatever he spent 30 minutes sharing with you, well, that's the way it is for Walter. And when Rush Limbaugh says don't doubt me, yes, doubt Rush. See, the irony is if you doubt Rush Limbaugh and you try and disprove him, you're going to find out most of the time when you're trying to disprove Rush Limbaugh, you're gonna be like, hey, you know what? He actually got it right. He said something really stupid like, children have their best chance of succeeding in life when they're raised by their biological mom and dad. Well, that's obviously stupid and wrong. I'm going to go do some research and prove Rush Limbaugh wrong. Then you go and you do your homework and your research and you find out that yes, children do better when they are raised and cared for and mentored by their biological mother and father. Of course, the problem we have in America is we've told everyone who is a parent of a child to act like a child. So in the USA, children are kind of screwed because there's no adults raising the children. There's just a bunch of parents who are on the same emotional level as their 9-year-old child. But that's a different video. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.